so completely typical. Like, we do that a billion times a week.
It makes you want to wear shoes.
It just makes me think like, oh my Lord, are we really that fragile? His bone just went through his toe. It's like, what the heck?
When you said the bone sticking out, my first thought was like, he must have turned his ankle or something. Got out his ankles. Bone sticking out his ankle, that's bad news.
It was just funny. She said, my toe. I looked and I saw his toe, and then I saw the blood. I'm like, oh, God, this is bone. I know how Manny is, so I was like, yeah, well, the bone's sticking out. But
he saw it. He said he felt this weird breeze on the side of his toe. And then I looked down and it was sideways. Then he crossed himself. Did you catch that?
Say it again?
And then he crossed himself. Did you catch that?
I didn't see that. Oh. Manny. Poor guy, bad luck.
Yeah. But it'll heal. If it is just a dislocation without a fracture, he'll be back in business in a couple weeks. If it's a fracture, it'd be like 6 to 8 probably.
After you said his toe, he's like, I want to just train. I just want to keep training. All right, let me shoot
And then
this.
he called me last night at like 10:30, which was okay because I was that's a separate story, but we were kicking priests out of our neighborhood.
Yes! Did you have like door-to-door like religious Bible thumpers coming by?
I'll tell you the details on that one later. But so we were up. I was up at 10:30. He was like, "Yeah, it really hurts," but we'll take Motrin, Tylenol, and face it. And
What happened to point two, buddy?
yeah, he straightened him out on his whole follow-up thing because he was a little confused about that. And he texted me again at like 1:30. Fortunately, I slept through it. It hurts so much I can't walk on it. Is that normal? Dude, it's 1:30. Why are you walking? 2, did you see your toe earlier today? Are you really surprised you can't walk on it right now?
Dude, point two, stop bothering me. Oh, that is funny.
The priest thing, these priests were trying to move like a block away from us into this house. But, you know, it's zoned residential. So it's supposed to be families and stuff. But then recently they've added exceptions. If you're a family of 4, there's no issues. If you're greater than a group of 4 people and you're not technically family, you can get exemptions and things, which makes total sense to me. Fine, you're a 2 mommy, 2 daddy family, you have 3 kids or whatever, yeah, you can, that's a family, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a zillion different combinations that would be reasonable. But these priests, basically the Jesuits who are the Midwest Jesuits who are based in Chicago want to buy this house and stick 6 priests there. And, you know, it's not zoned for that. And so they're calling themselves the new word, you know, if you're a 2 mommy, 2 daddy family or whatever you are, if you're a functional family.
Oh, functional family.
Then it's legit. So these priests are calling themselves a functional family. Dude, you're not a functional family. You're an organization from Chicago, and there needs to be some permanence or something too. It's like, and they're like, well, we're just like that. We have a head of the household. I'm like, yeah, the head of the household is just like the highest ranking priest that Chicago sends there. It's not the same thing either. Well, we share finances. You don't share finances. You have no income. People in Chicago are paying for everything, and you guys take out of that pool or whatever. So we have meals together. We have a head of household. We share finances. We're just a functional family.
You're like, oh, we were done with this conversation earlier. He's not qualified.
This thing lasted for, wow, I don't know what time ours started. We had to go to this city planning thing. It started at 7. They probably didn't get to our thing till like 9. There were a bunch of people from the neighborhood there that didn't really think this. I mean, the 6 priests would have been maybe okay, but the precedent that this sets that anybody who claims they function as a family, you're going to have like Wiccans and cults and
And
and co-ops and
they're all gonna say, well, you let these guys in
yeah,
and qualify
we're a
the
functional
same
family
way.
too. You discriminate against us because we're a marginal religion because we're witches. Yeah, kinda. Oh, anyway, we decided, people in our neighborhood decided to fight for that a little bit.
Yesterday,
And of course, then there's all these people that are in favor of them, but they're all Catholics, they're all Jesuits. They're in their parish, basically.
oh man.
So we probably made some enemies with Catholics in the neighborhood.
Yesterday, Danny showed me his leg. He's like, "Can you tell I've been practicing lockdown with Dave?" Good old lockdown.
You tell them my back was crippled for 2 days, probably from doing whip-ups.
I didn't mention it, no, because of your miraculous healing.
All right. If you don't mind, I'm going to shoot this video real quick. It'll take like 2 minutes, and then we'll start with the lesson.
I'm just gonna do the basic guard stuff. So,
You want me in your guard?
yeah. All right, guys. This is just a basic video to show the guard techniques that we're working on in class this month. Ann Arbor Mixed Martial Arts.
All right, so Dave is inside my guard. We'll do it from a couple different angles, so hopefully it's easiest for you guys to see. So our first basic technique is just going to be the cross choke. I open the collar up, I reach in, and I don't really want to pull him down because it's going to keep the collar tight. So I'm going to keep it loose so there's some slack. I can even move my hips out to get a better angle to reach in deep. I curl my wrists. Now I pull my elbows to my ribs, and I use my legs to bring him toward me. So once again, I open the collar, get a deep grip. I can adjust my hips to get an angle, reach in as deep as possible, curl the wrists, pull the elbows down, and you have your tight cross choke. All right, so the next technique, I can hold either the wrist or I can hold behind the elbow. I'm holding the collar once again. Usually it's best to do this if he blocks my arm, because if he's not blocking my arm, I'm going to do the cross choke. But since he's blocking the arm, I grab the elbow, foot to the floor, hips out. I want to pull his weight toward me, scissors the legs, and we move to the mount position. Since I already have one hand deep in the collar, it's a good time to look to do the cross choke from the mount position. So one more time for the leg scissor sweep. I have my same grip, collar. He's blocking my arm so I can't go to the choke. Grab the elbow, hips out, leg to the floor, pull his weight on top. Leg scissor sweep. All right, next technique. If his knees are really wide and his weight is back, when I have the same grips that I'm attacking that leg scissor sweep, but I know I'm going to have a difficult time pulling his weight forward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my foot at the hip. I'm going to circle my leg around the outside of his shoulder and bicep area, and all I'm doing is pushing to clear the arm out, lifting the hips up to catch on the neck, cross the legs for the triangle, and then you can finish your choke. So once again, I have the collar, I have the arm, but his base is good, and I know that I'm not going to be able to sweep him over. My foot is at the hip, because it's going to allow me to move faster and easier later. Circle the leg, clear the arm out, climb the hips up. The deeper you bite around the neck, the easier it's going to be to finish your choke. So we've got, yep, leave the other side. Good idea. All right, same choke, triangle choke. So I have my collar, I have my sleeve, hips out, but my foot goes to the hip because I know his base is too good to go ahead and put in the leg scissor sweep. I circle around the outside, clear the arm, climb up with the hips, figure 4 the feet, and now I can finish the triangle choke. All right, so we've got 3 techniques so far. Now we'll move on to the Kimura. So one option, let's say I start from the same grip. He's blocking my bicep. I'm going to take my hand. I'm just going to swim on the inside. Grab the wrist, opposite foot down, sit up. I have my 2-on-1 grip. I move my hips out, and then I can finish the Kimura. This way just a little bit more. So same technique one more time. I'm going to start from the same grip. Collar, sleeve, he's blocking the arm, circle, grab, opposite foot down, hips out when I sit up. I lock my grip together, adjust the body, rotate to finish the shoulder lock. Easiest way for him to counter the Kimura is going to be when I sit up, he's going to hide his arm. Now, right now, go ahead and wrap around my body. Yep, so he's hiding his arm, wrapping around. So from here, I can't even get my grip. I'm going to hold his elbow to my body, post on the floor, hips up, and I'm going to just drive through to the mount position. Hip over sweep. One more time. So I'm starting the same way. He's blocking the arm, so I can't go for my collar choke, my cross choke. Circle, grab, sit up. He hides the arm. Post, hips, slide through. Now again, sometimes maybe their base is wide or they're heavy and you just don't feel like you're going to be able to do the hip over sweep. So when I circle, I sit up, his arm is still hidden. Instead of trying to sweep him, I'm going to look for the neck. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle around the neck for the guillotine choke. Now with the gis on, there's a lot of times his gi might get in the way, my gi might get in the way. So an easy option, I'm just going to feed my own lapel to my hand here. And now from here, I'll cross the feet, stretch the legs, and I'll finish the choke. So basically all I'm doing is grabbing my own lapel, his neck is in here. When I arch, it'll finish the choke. If I don't grab the lapel, I can do an S grip. I can grab like the meaty part of my hand. There's lots of different grips you can use to finish your guillotine choke. So one more time, collar, circle, go for your Kimura. He defends the arm. I scoop my hips out. I wrap the neck, lock the hands together, close the guard, stretch the legs, and drive the forearm into the neck. All right, so we'll finish with the armbar, triangle, and the omoplata. We'll spin just a little bit more. All right, now, this isn't the grip that I recommend using for the armbar, but we're going to use it just because it's the basic grip we've been using all day. Sleeve or elbow, but I'm controlling this arm. My foot goes to the hip. I rotate my body. The higher this leg comes toward the back of his head, the better. The other leg comes over. Now I can grab the wrist. Thumb is pointing up, hips up, down with his wrist. One more time, I have the wrist, have the collar, foot to the hip, rotate, step over, and I can finish the armbar from here. From the armbar, if he pulls this arm out, since I have this collar, he's not going to be able to move away that far, so it's going to be pretty easy to circle the leg over to catch him inside. He's got one arm in, one arm out, so this is perfect time for me to adjust my triangle. One more time. So we've got the collar, got the sleeve, spin for the armbar, he pulls the arm out, leg over, I catch, hips up, push the arm across, grab the shin, adjust, and now we can finish the triangle choke. The last one, same starting position. I adjust. One, he pulls the arm out. This time maybe his head's a little bit farther. I push the wrist toward his body. Both of my feet go over his shoulder and I stretch the legs down. I'm trying to drive his shoulder to the floor. I reach for his hip. I bring my partner down, curl the legs in toward you, slowly lean forward to finish. One more time with the shoulder lock. Same starting setup. Collar, sleeve, spin. He pulls the arm out. The wrist goes down. Straighten the legs to drive your partner down. Control the hips. Break your partner down. Curl the legs in. And then sit up to finish. All right, guys, practice. I was waiting for my knee to pop. Did you hear the big clunk in there one time? All right, what did you want to work on today?
Someone else.
Fine.
You'll see one of those things that like makes it blurry.
What's on the agenda?
We drilling some of that half guard stuff would be a good idea. Let it sink in.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is, so you'll be on bottom, I'll be on top, and I'm gonna give you a resistance that you're able to complete the moves, but each time I'll make it a little bit more difficult for you to complete them, so you'll start feeling more comfortable with them.
It's not real clear in my head. I have to think about it every time. It's like when I stay in lockdown versus when I switch my feet and stuff.
Oh, like Eddie Bravo, for most of it, he keeps that lockdown throughout. I know for a lot of people it's hard to move though. You feel like, oh, I like to tie it up, I can't really do too much. But on a lot of
the old school sweep and stuff, I got going.
All right, let's see this.
Down. I think working on was making space. Getting your upper hook. And this whip up one that probably put trash on my back. Old school first. Just use that. I won't switch my feet. Drop my feet out. Jerk. Stretch it out, same thing. Try to get underhooks, get connected up. And then you bring your foot, you step your foot up. One of the first things I should think about doing more often is recovering hard.
Yep, and even if I don't step up with the leg, post your arm against, your hand against my knee, and just make like a straight frame. But once you frame it, yeah, you start creating that space where you can almost start looking for guard whenever you want.
I think I must have before too. I don't get this sort of position. Close to getting triangle.
What I would do when you have that position, like you have the wrist and your knees inside or your shins inside, is take the left leg and climb it real high on my back. Yeah.
Deal with all the positioning stuff later.
Yeah, because once you have it high, it just gives you more options.
I want to do something fancier than just recover guard when you go foot up. Oh yeah, there's that too. That should be number one. The old school sweep even. Number one should be if you don't whizzer me. Alright.
Yeah, go into the back.
And then he switches. Yeah, he likes to switch his feet because he likes to do that pull.
To open it up.
Yeah. That should be number one, really, right? The underhook should try to
Yeah.
end of it.
Yeah, and you should always, underhook is number one. We are born with the underhook.
But you do whizzer me. What was the one where I come in? Here. This one would be like the guard sweep.
It's a twist back. You're gonna twist your legs back toward your left, and you can either reach for my hip, or this one works better, especially if they start driving into you. Now you can even do like a C-clamp underneath.
This is where I probably want to switch to, so I can close.
But go ahead and put it back, the lockdown again.
Oh.
And I want you to think of,
I keep the lock in, I don't like your check, you guys suppose.
yep, and with your legs, I want you to think of curling my leg, like you're almost like you're trying to twist my knee. Like you're curling my feet in that direction.
Lost, but better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is, yeah. So you can do all that sweep stuff Just want to control this arm.
Yep, because that arm is what I'm gonna post on. I'm Hoyler, I will never tap.
There's that, or I can drive up into you. Just take the side control. I thought there was something else different we did with the Whizzer. The Dars, is there any difference really between the Dars sweep and the sweep to electric chair?
No, they're very similar because if I'm trying to push this through and I'm reaching inside, when you trap this arm, I mean, it's basically the same position.
You usually.
So if my knee's down, go ahead and underhook my knee with this one.
Right, that's what we did.
Yep. Then go ahead and you can twist back with the legs.
And do you tend to keep the lockdown still? Or?
If I can, I do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Except the dark sweep, like you were saying. But I should, as long as their leg's not up, I should do that anyway.
Yeah, if you can get hooked underneath the leg.
If their leg's down, do like a Galileo. If their leg's up, just do the C thing. Control this one. I want to do it even. So you have an overhook there. I should be able to turn that into an underhook pretty easily.
Yes.
I just gotta get it under your back.
The only thing is, it's the one that you have right away is on the near side, which you'd rather have the far
Alright.
side.
I guess. Here, go to your back.
Yep. Think of throwing your arm up higher and ducking your head a little bit more in the initial, like, I heard someone call it almost like you're a shot putter, where you're just trying to shrink your neck and shoot your arm just to help throw my arm over your head, just so you're not getting caught in like a headlock. Which you can still work out of it, but it's easier on our ears and they don't grab our head.
So, let's see. Just. It's a good lead time to come over here. She's not on the underhook, right? Is it gonna take some work? I'm gonna get it off my shoulder, alright.
Yeah, it'll take work to go all the way from one side to the other
I
side.
don't really have the underhook anymore since your legs are there. So I should let go at some point.
Or you can use it where now move your left knee in between mine.
Stoner control.
Is that what this is called?
Apparently. Yeah, we need stuff from here too. I can either push this down and mount, or when you try to extend, I can allow you to do that. So your arm's in the way there. Looks like it attacked. Probably should have attacked your arm. Anyway.
I didn't realize that was stoner control, just with the legs across.
Yes, so is that when I forget when I used to do this in Ethan. Where is Dominator anyway?
He's in New York.
There's something with Dominator there you used to tell me to do. I forget what it was though.
Yep. You're just gonna push this leg over,
Yes, I'm
slide your knee again.
That's stoner control again, right?
Yep.
Is that the same thing as stable?
Yep, I didn't know it's stoner control. But if you can get this underhook, this is just like a chiropractor position where it just limits how much movement I have.
I forget why you told me to do that though. What was
Oh, it's just a good way to get to the mount.
Ethan was doing something annoying with his. It's just he pushes in a certain direction. Pushes up or something. It's easier to push to the side.
I think he was just doing a good job of being difficult with his legs, so you had a hard time mounting.
Yeah.
And that's just such a good thing.
You do that sometimes. You just lace the arm.
Yep, because if you lace it now, just hold the spot until your knee gets in.
Makes sense.
You're in business. That's not a good. There's not many defenses. Your body's twisted up.
So this time since your arm, well, no, you're still gonna wind up having your arm, right? Probably better just attack your arm and try to take your back.
Yes, because when you can get this underhook, it just makes it harder for me to defend. Because, go ahead and go back again when you have your knee inside. Because from here, when you don't have it, or go ahead and go underneath. So, because now there's no pressure for me to turn. So instead of leaving my arm on the outside, I can always bring my arm on the inside. And now when you're trying to mount with your leg, it's just easier for me to create like a defensive shell. But when you have me in the chiropractor position, you take those options away from me.
This isn't bad either, though, if I get a hook over here and this goes. Stoner control.
Stoner control. You just peek on it. I'm sure he's just being brainwashed by some Netflix movie. Oh yeah, he's all up in there.
That's. Oh no, we did one more thing off the door sweep, I guess, or the.
Messed up. What's your?
Either off of there, I guess, or off of the electric chair that was, I guess I can electric chair you from here. Was, you can either go here, come up and drive in.
Or pass it over the head.
And then, yeah.
Back to stoner control.
That's how we got stoner control. Okay, that's a good review.
Never thought that's how I'd control a stoner.
Either that or they were stoned when they came up with that control. Dude, this is like stoner control.
Most likely that is probably it.
Stoners aren't violent. You don't need to control them. Just give them a hamburger.
Onions.
Funny.
So do you like using the lockdown, or is it more of a position that you're like, well, I'm not very good at it, so let me work on it?
No, I like it when I'm pinned. But, quote Osiander, I have to have fucked up a while ago to get there. So, I mean, I'd much rather play this game than just regular old half guard, hold my shoulder up. Because it's pretty hard to lock down with your shoulder. I mean, you can do it, but it's much easier when you're flattened out. Generally speaking, I don't let myself get flattened out just so I can lock somebody down.
This is bad reasoning, but I'm pretty sure I've never developed a good lockdown game, because I'm pretty sure people would not enjoy rolling with me. Like, my shins are so bony that if I use the lockdown a lot, they'd just be like, oh, man. Yeah, I don't like that position. I don't like that so much.
I still don't quite have the, I mean, I'm much more aware of this arm getting attacked. But I still don't quite have the thing you tried to show me the weekend before, that passing under the arm thing, and then I try that. So just a regular, so no lockdown because I'm here. And actually, ideally, that's the other thing. I mean, I feel like for me to be thinking about lockdown, I have to not have this available because this is preferred. And I have to not be able to stay on my side. I have to give up this position before I start thinking about lockdown, which is sort of. Yeah, so instead of being aggressive like this, which Opens up my arm. He was teaching me this one, grabbing the ankle, and then usually he said they try to cross face you to drag you back down again.
Yep.
So I can grab your arm here, but that's, well, what am I driving in with? Launch my foot back. We do not have a base to fight that much.
Yeah, and my base isn't that
I
good.
haven't really pulled off and rolling at all.
Yes, Nick.
I will show you something.
What do you want to show me? On the
Are you
computer?
cookie crazy?
You can unplug the computer and bring it over here, Nick. I'm going to go back to that same position again.
Is it really a?
Go ahead and attack.
attack.
Let me see. I'm just gonna do a roll here. And that'll be the opposite leg. Okay.
I think it is smart to not wing my arm out in front of you where you can attack it. So I
Yeah.
have to get under the arm. But I'm not necessarily comfortable where I wind up.
I
Feels
show
like there
you
should be a foot attack or something there too. Uh-oh, there goes your burger.
Just sandwich, Brenda.
No, what is it?
A sandwich.
Sandwich. Isn't it a cheeseburger sandwich?
No.
Sound like probably the guy Wimpy.
When did you start clicking on, Nick?
I would like to.
Can I show you something? Does that mean you can't get it to work? That you want to show you something?
I did.
Since when do you just start randomly surfing the web?
Yes. I know
Brace
why.
yourself.
I know why.
You don't want to watch this?
No.
Well, just because you don't want to watch it doesn't mean you start surfing the web.
That
Which one?
is like that.
This is the one that you were just watching.
No. This one down here.
I don't know which one that is.
That one, I this one is a pig's one.
This one?
Yeah.
There you go. Merry Christmas. Go and set that on the chair. You can watch it on the chair. That's not it. Don't do any more surfing. Alright, do you want to grab some water or mouth guard or anything, or you're good?
You good?
All right. Want to work from same position, half guard?
Sure.
All right. Go ahead.
What I picked up from watching Worlds. They grab. In order to keep him from passing, they grab the pants. Which I've never thought about before.
Makes sense.
Yeah. He's like, how's he keeping him from passing? Oh, he's got his pants.
Correct.
School is just waiting for me. Sort of. There's another kick in a minute to me. You a Charlie horse? Wasn't my intent.
My pain tolerance has a 0.2.
Like having your toe ripped off.
I don't know. Very
Scale.
1 to 10.2.
Pain clinic in residency, used to walk in, people would be calmly sitting in a chair. It's 11 out of 10. Okay, sure it is. What kind of narcotics would you like this week?
Whatever, 0.2. Correct.
Yeah. It's okay, I can watch Scooby-Doo.
Sorry, Nick, couldn't hear you.
Let Scooby-Doo, I think.
I love Scooby-Doo too, Nick.
Okay.
You're the best, Nick. Nice.
You can have that guillotine if you like. My hands are safely on the other side. Especially now.
Lauren with the underhook. Thank you, Higgin. You're keeping me alive.
Dad,
Yes, Nick?
what's so with your underwear?
Oh, I'm not trying to show my underwear, but it's not how we play the game. That's unpleasant, all right? Whew. Good joke. Whew. I had Kevin the other day with some variant of that too. He had his hand in, so he lasted a little longer, but I was like, I don't know why I should let this go. Eventually he just said, I'm stuck here. That one. I think it was probably more than that. That one was so tight, like it hurt. Like this collar.
My grips were deep.
It was like, I was like, man, you're gonna break my neck. It was tight. Same position, half guard again. What? I don't know why it took me so long to apply that pressure, but actually, should have kept your arm hooked in there probably too. That wasn't a great angle for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he's trying to go for the move that Kieran invented.
Whoa.
Wall tactics. Super Oompa.
All that.
Correct.
Something's crazy in the universe again. You're going for rubber guard.
Something there.
It's that bicep slicer again.
Correct. Okay. Good.
This when I get up there, I need to be like this, eh? Although you can really affect this one too. I need to try to get 90 degrees from you somehow.
So when you're jumping over, I had the legs. I mean, whenever you jump, there's always the opportunity for me to try to grab a leg if you don't make it. I
I
prefer,
actually thought about jumping sooner, but when you had, what would have happened if I had happened to roll there? Might not have been a bad idea, huh?
I prefer posturing up as number one. Because even for the triangle, get you out of the triangle.
I didn't really want to give up this semi-trap I had on your leg either.
So even if I get it over, so go and break yourself down. It's just like, so even when I'm here, go and start posturing up.
You feel like the posture up, I might want to like plant my hand.
Nope, use your foot. Put your foot over there, and then just straighten your body.
Okay.
Yeah. Because now from here, this really kills this action I had on this side.
That's good. Or move one of your other 4 limbs up there.
But yeah, moving the hand would be a bad idea, because then I use the leg. Yep.
When I get to here, I can kind of maybe recover this.
Yep, and then you set up all of your passes. The chunk you had earlier was good. I was like going through the clock in my head, and I'm like, I could try to get out, but I might pass out in this choke because it was tight. It was tight, and I was like, man, it's the last thing we need to do today. is go
Did you
sleep.
know? Did you kind of not recognize the first one? Because the first one was what was deep.
No, I thought I could get out, but then
Because if you could have
once
kept,
you had the
if you could have
controls,
kept me from grabbing your other collar, you probably would have been okay. But the wraparound one was pretty deep.
that was tight. Because before it was choking, I was like, is that like a forearm? Or what is that? Because that hurts. It was just a collar. It was just that tight.
The other thing from over here, if I can't grab your collar, is there something up here I can do?
Well, if you have this collar, yeah, that's another option.
Thing.
Yep. Yep. So you can do that.
Because I knew this was tight. It was just a question of whether I could get enough traction on the other side. You grab your own sleeve or anything?
Think of pushing your fingers like to the front of my face, so it's like sliding.
Just this hand.
Yep.
This one you don't.
So this one you're pulling, and the other one's just yeah.
So
So that tightens that. But yeah, that one side it was just so tight. I was like, holy cow!
I was surprised you let me get that.
I was like, that thing is.
I think you thought you were on your back. But once
Like
I got that and got your attention with it, it let me get better position too. Because you were half out.
Well, the thing is,
You were back on the ground.
it was so tight, like it hurt, and I was like, it hurt so much. I don't know if that's choking, like because of the pain there. I was like, well, is that really choking me or not? Like, am I gonna be okay here?
I can just take the pain
And then you adjusted the other hand.
Take the pain while I stay conscious.
Then you adjust the other hand. I'm like, now I know this is a choke. This side still hurt. then I had to clock it my head.
Maybe I did have some forearm, because that was pretty far back. Maybe it was partly forearm.
No, I think it was all lapel that was on. But I mean, it was so deep. It was
I was
like,
trying to use, the other thing is we were like this.
and then you tried to use the knee.
So I tried to use this to get you back over on top of me. And that's when I managed to get this side too.
Cause yeah, like every time you grabbed it so far, it still never felt like that one grip. That
You were fine. Actually, you were fine until I was like, all right, well, this isn't gonna work. And then I got to my knees and stuck my knee in your back, and then we scrambled a little bit, and I got your back again. But then I had your back better than I did before. I had hooks in it. I think some of that stretch probably helped too.
Yeah, but that first initial grip, man, I was just like, damn, it hurts. Is he choking though?
I'm surprised that shin in the back of your head didn't finish it.
No, that was
We didn't stay
okay.
that long. Somehow we scrambled from there.
Yeah, that was okay. But I was just like, man, I'm gonna fall asleep in this position right here, thinking I can get out. Yeah, no, that was good.
Or something.
No, that was good. You enjoying your feature presentation, Nick? See the little piece of hair he has sticking up in the front there? He saw it in the mirror earlier. He's like, Dad, get the scissors. We have to cut this. I was like, Nick, that's not how this works. He's like, look, Dad, cut my hair. I'm like, no, Nick.
There you go. Product. But that's the speed. That's the other advantage I have when we roll. That's the speed where my brain can keep up with what's going on. When it starts getting faster, more aggressive,
Then you can
some of
step
the younger,
behind.
with some of the younger guys, I don't have time to think and I lose the advantage of things.
Well, I can do that
But
too. I can change the
that'll-
pace. And then you can practice for them.
You give me time to think what I should be doing.
But your half guard sweep is good too. Yep. It just takes practicing with some resistance so that your body gets in the flow of what it has to do. Because if you go from one extreme to the other with no resistance with techniques and 100% rolling, you don't pull stuff off. And then there's a huge gap.
Oh, that's good. That was satisfying. Thanks for making me push the envelope. Didn't feel any Flavios present themselves.
When I did the armbar, when I had the collar, was that choking? From just when I did it in the video?
Oh. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Was it just cranking on your neck?
When you use this and the arm
because when I use
control.
this, when I use this collar and I bring this, like pull your arm up
Yeah,
with the arm
a little
bar.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, that's Flavio. Yeah.
Because all Flavios everywhere.
And, well, the other thing is if I aggressively pull my arm out, I should be able to hook it, right?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about Flavio. Advanced pull.
Now,
Now, he likes to go a little bit looser.
Yeah. I don't know that I think it can't be worse, or it can't be a worse choke. You know, not as good a choke if it's tight. I can't imagine.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm like breaking it neck in there. Yeah, I feel like,
Get some more.
yeah.
Well, I don't know what Manny was doing yesterday with this arm. He was doing something where he was like this. He was nice and low, so I could hook his leg.
Well, he stepped up with this leg.
Okay, that probably helped too.
Yeah, then he had him here.
Okay.
That's not fun.
So yeah, if you
Step up. But somehow he both stepped up and kept his, or maybe I was keeping his head low.
You were keeping
That's
his
part
head
of
low.
it too. I found you really have to concentrate on driving this leg down, because if they start to come up, that's not gonna,
Yeah.
the whole thing went passing.
But it was funny how you were like, I had no idea how I was gonna ever hook that leg, and then when we were rolling, you put his leg up and look, my hook just went right in. I was like, well, that was pretty easy.
I think it's funny too when it's not a technique, somebody like if I had him in a triangle as good as that first thing was,
Like
it would've-
warning
it would've
bells.
tapped.
Yeah.
But he's like, what the hell is this? I'm gonna tap into this.
Okay, well,
And then even when this went into his leg, it took a minute. He's like, I'm not tapping it. What is this?
in his mind, he was like, I'm safe.
He made me even say, what is this? What the hell is
Yeah, he did.
this?
He was like, what was that? Yeah, that caught him by surprise.
That was fun.
All right, Nick, you got 2 minutes, and then that gets shut off, okay?
You guys going home for lunch or going anywhere for lunch?
No, I gotta do some cleaning before Melissa gets back. She's got a doctor appointment. Gotta try and straighten up. Gotta pull my weight. What are you watching, Nick? Nicholas, what are you watching? What show are you watching?
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, Scooby-Doo? That's a good one. It's classic.
Yeah.
So does he know how to search for Scooby-Doo?
It wasn't on Scooby-Doo earlier.
How'd you find Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo. I like it.
The Google Scooby-Doo.
No, on Netflix, he knows how to look at the pictures and like kind of scroll around.
Well, that was the other funny line from Manny the other day. Right when we get to we were talking like how long he's gonna be out of commission and stuff. He's like, man, Netflix better upload some good shit in the next couple days.
Oh, he's so funny. The other night, I think it was Thomas. He's either Tom or Nick, but we sent him to the room to go to bed by themselves, and he was in bed. And I think Melissa left her phone in there, and we go in the room, and Tom was like scrolling through her Facebook, looking at pictures. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, you need to put a lock on that. Although the kids know my password, so it doesn't do much good.
Just scroll it. One day there'll be a bunch of likes and comments, and most will be like, I didn't put what? The comments will be stuff like, that's a nice dog.
Good friend.
The other day, him and Thomas were wrestling, and Nick took him down, got on top of him, put his hand on his like face, like pinning him to the ground.
Ready to ground and pound.
Then put like both hands, and Thomas was like trying to move, and he just couldn't. Just made his head pinned by the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
And I beat him underwear pants.
You kicked him in his underwear pants.